Hey guys, just going to do a quick video on how to install Gemini CLI into your computer. So first thing you do is you go to Gemini CLI. You'll see the first one here. Go to the GitHub. It'll have all the instructions here how to walk through to do this. Now, I prefer doing it globally. I usually use this one, because that way in any terminal, you can open up, you can type Gemini, and you can basically don't have to be in a certain directory to run it. This one here runs it one shot. So basically it'll launch it, but you'll have to run it every single time. It's not installed anywhere. This one's installed on your computer. And this is for Mac and OS X. So for this demo, we are going to use this one here. So basically you just copy this. And you can go to if you're on Windows, just type in CMD. It'll open up a command prompt, something like this. And you can paste this into here. Now, you'll notice this NPM. If you don't have NPM installed, go to NPM, go and install Node. Go here, go to Node install, grab the installer that you need and install this. Node includes the NPM package within it, inside of it. So just walk through it. If you guys want me to do a video on how to install Node and what's it used for, just comment down below and I'll run one of those too to get you set up. Node.js is crucial for development practices. So yeah, so back to here. So we copy this command, open up our command prompt, and we hit enter. Usually takes under less than a minute on a decent connection. That's not a very big install. There's one file I think it usually gets hung up on right at the end. The toolkit right here, this one. So just be patient. It will complete. Yeah, so some of the points, this is the biggest thing. It's free, right? So you get 60 requests per minute and 1,000 requests per day, but some pretty hefty starting out. Now, I can run up to 5,000 a day now that once you start developing with multiple agents and stuff. But starting out, this is more than enough to get you going and get you be able to learn everything. So as you can see, it's completed. This is always good, done. So the way you test this now is you just type in Gemini. Now, depending on the path install of your computer sometimes. So if you did install Node during this process, you might have to reboot. Just FYI, it might not work the first time. So this means you're up and running. As you can see, in the terminal, I have this running and I can run a command and so say, hello. Hello, I'm ready to assist you. See, we're connected just like that. Boom. Nothing to it, nothing more. I was already logged in before. So there's an off here, right? So if you don't get the prompt, you can just come in here and go log in with Google, use Gemini API key or Vertex API. Now, I would personally just log in with Google, click on your account that you want to log in with, you click sign in, and it should bring you here. And it says, was it successful? So as long as you get that, you're good to go. Now, if you want to use an API key, you can also do that by going to Google Studio right here. So once you sign up, if you haven't already, it's free. And then you just go in and sign in, walk through it. You click get API key down in the bottom hand corner, create a new key and say this. Gemini. I usually name them per project. CLI, I'm on this video. because that way when I come back to delete it later, you just go create a project and I'm going to say YouTube. And you go create key. And the best thing about CLI, you don't see them here. It's pretty cool. So you just hit copy. So this is YouTube channel one, boom. And then if we go back to our terminal and I do the auth again, and you go use Gemini API key, it'll say Gemini API environment variable not found. Add that to your environment and try again. Now what that means is now when we open up our VS Code or Windsurf or whatever you guys have a flavor of using, I'm using VS Code right now for this demo. So I'll go a new window to be fresh. So when it opens up, you're going to want to open up the terminal. There's usually this icon down at the bottom like this, or terminal right here. You can get your shortcut key. So C control plus the backtick is so control backtick is your terminal. See, that's your shortcut key. So now when I come in here, the same thing should happen. But what it's going to do, it's going to load your credentials and boom, away you go, right? So cool thing about the terminal is if we want to do open folder, let's go to open folder and let's just create a new folder. There we go. This one. That's a big project. So let's go. You don't know what. Boom. Okay. So now we're in here. Now when I go to the terminal, you'll see the terminal opens to where you are. So this is pretty importantly when you're working on different projects. So when I go to call Gemini now, Gemini is going to be local to this folder. And if I go file, new file, we will call this one. Let's save it. And it's going to say what you want to do. Often saves. So it saves as a text file. We don't want that. It's what it's study and below. So when it said the .env file in the document back in our error back then, is what it means is if you go to our documents here, you will see there is a Google Gemini API key right here, like this. So all it's looking for is that this API key will be referenced inside the scope of your Gemini. So basically, if we come in here and we create a field, this, and then we'll go back to our studio, grab our API key, that one. I'm going to delete this after anyway, so it doesn't matter if you guys see it. And it's free anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So when we save this now, and I'll go Gemini again. And by default, what should happen? By default, what it says load cache credentials. When it loads right now, if I go /paw and with a Gemini, see, it already knows. It didn't, no error, see? It's running off this now. So basically, this is the key it's using. So I'm tracking all my basically all my usage is being tracked through this one. So, which is kind of cool when, if you want to shut something down, turn off something, it's all going to be referenced to that specific key. If you're not using this app anymore and I come and delete this, that it's all done. This billing, this thing is all done. And you can see it's all free tier, free. So yeah, guys, that's a quick setup for how to set up Google Gemini. Join me on a later video. We'll start using it and get into it a little bit deeper. But yeah, have a good one. Good night and God bless.